So, we move forward in time from 1986 season into the 1993 NBA season, 92-93. Also known as Jordan's last year before he goes to baseball. So, hold on. So I just got highlights up from Jordan from the playoffs. Who else do we have here? I just got the All-NBA teams up. So, first team All-NBA in 92-93, Keem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, MJ, and Mark Price. That one surprised me when I was looking at this earlier today. I was like, Mark Price, first team All-NBA in 92? That was weird.
Yeah.
Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, I do. For the most part.
I know he has like a lot of like random like points where he does have like stats or something, but that's all I know him for is like this random dude that pops up every once in a while.
I don't want to say too much about him because I don't know that much about him, but all I know is that he was like a prototype Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Like very offensive minded.
The white boy.
Yes. Very Caucasian in nature.
So do you think LeBron would have pushed anybody out in that award?
In the first team?
Yeah.
Well, this is the most important.
They would not be putting LeBron at point guard.
You sure?
Like
the Lakers team, we're just bringing the Lakers team into, we're just bringing the Lakers team into 1993.
Did he officially play point guard this year?
That's what we got to look up. That's what I'm not sure.
That's the only thing, because I know now it's more positionless.
He's
so that's why,
in the year that we're talking about, LeBron was listed as a forward here, but they had James Harden and Luka. But I'm pretty sure when I looked at this the last time that it listed him as point guard. We'll see. But if he's already voted in as a forward, then that makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah, because then you gotta Charles Barkley won MVP that year, right?
Yeah, he is listed as point guard. Yeah,
okay.
And he averaged what 20? What is
how nicely that just fits in, right? Because he just be the point guard. Like that's what you.
If we're gonna play that game, then I think he would fit in the point guard spot. But
let's not play that game.
Let's not play that game and see what's more interesting. So, who else is here? You have Karl Malone as the other forward, right? Karl Malone in 92-93. Let me get those numbers up. I don't know Karl Malone's stats off the top of my head.
Karl Malone has 27 points a game.
That's why we got a stat.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got because he's in the top 5 there, and that's all I can see right now.
Where is he? First?
I thought you had him written down already. I was like, damn, like she really is on point with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lynn, you were like.
No, but I know he's under like 12.9 rebounds a game, if that helps. But I don't know where he falls underneath the top 5 in rebounds.
All right, so let's see. In terms of per game, Karl Malone, 27, 11, and basically 4. Shooting 55%. And let's see. So he's top 3 in points, rebounds. Is that 10? I think he's within the top 10 here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's 10th in rebounds.
Yeah, because like.
And how many games did they win?
But does
Jazz won 47 games.
Does that count for first team all defense? First team.
I mean, I feel like it
usually just who they think is like the best.
LeBron,
yeah, but usually that implies winning, no?
LeBron in 2020, his season, he had 25, 7.8, and 10.2. So.
Yeah.
I think LeBron could sneak into the Karl Malone spot, even though Karl Malone's got good stats. What do you think? You gonna argue with it?
I don't know, because Karl Malone doing that is like, it's pretty good. Like he's averaging more points, more rebounds, just less assists than LeBron.
But he's got John Stockton right next to him though, who's leading the league in assists with 15 and 12.
So
this is peak Stockton and Malone pick and roll.
Exactly. and you got an older LeBron. Like, I
But
feel like
he's got
LeBron.
Anthony Davis. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's got Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who we put in, like Stockton or Anthony Davis? Like, I'm thinking Anthony Davis is way more.
What was Malone's field goal percentage again?
50 something. Hold on.
55%.
Okay, LeBron was at like
Top 10.
49 for this season, so Malone is more efficient.
Yeah, but he's not shooting threes.
And his free throws are about the same as LeBron's too.
LeBron is bigger. LeBron is Karl Malone, but with a better skill set. How am I wrong to feel that way?
Oh, I don't like Karl Malone, and I'll probably pick LeBron, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that this year it's an argument. Like, it's a huge argument. I don't think it's just as simple as LeBron over him.
So you have how many wins are we giving the Lakers? What did we say? 57, 58 in a regular season, like a regular 82 game season?
I think so.
Pretty sure that's what we said. Because they finished with it was like a 70.
It was 73 games, I think.
73
72.
Games. And their record was what? Lindsay, what was their record?
Okay, they were 52-19.
52-19. So that's why. So assuming you adjust that, give them a couple more games, I'll say it's at minimum 56 wins. Is that fair?
So that would be a 60-win season.
Really?
Like a 60-win season, and if there was 82 games. But now you're bringing them here and saying, do you think that they'll get the same amount of wins or lose some more because of the competitiveness and stuff like that?
I was going to give that. That's why I was kind of adjusting it and figuring with 9 extra games that they split it. They got 5 wins out of that. So that's where I got my 56 number. So do you think that's fair? Because 56 would put them second in the West.
I could see that. I could definitely.
In which case, LeBron definitely makes it to the first team. I'm sure.
No.
Also,
league politics for sure. I just feel like there's
also,
an argument.
If we're going to talk about like what he's doing in '93, a forward averaging 10 assists a game, completely unheard of.
Oh yeah,
completely unheard of. Insane.
Well, but a guy his size and played like him did the same.
But Magic Johnson is the only comparison. He would easily be seen as the new Magic Johnson. Magic just retired.
Yep.
It's a perfect transition.
I agree. Which they might actually take him at the point guard spot for sure, because like they had just seen a big guy. Like they could have been like, "Oh, you watched Magic Johnson your whole life, and you wanted to become the guy." That he's like insane.
I wanted to look at the MVP voting while we're talking about that. So, assuming he's second in the West,
second in Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes,
that's insane.
Yeah, and he also has one where he got MVP and Defensive Player of the Year at the same season.
No, yeah, I know.
But we'll talk about it at a later date. Charles Barkley, 25.6 points, 12.2 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a half and a block, 52% shooting. This is a crazy season for Charles Barkley. He was super motivated. He was like, finally I got the help that Magic and Larry and MJ have. And so that, at least that's how he always talks about it.
Yep.
But I think he keeps it. I think he keeps the award. I don't think LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron gets it because he'll be second.
Yeah. No, what were you going to say?
He'll be second in the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do we know about 60-win teams where a guy's doing those kind of numbers? Like, very rarely.
But the thing Barkley really has that, like, that it almost makes LeBron like super difficult to win any MVP because you got Anthony Davis averaging 26 points a game.
Right.
Like, that's always going to factor in these situations.
And Charles was obviously the main guy on his team.
Yeah.
Putting in work. So I think he keeps the award. They dominated the West that year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. But do you think the Lakers are a bad matchup for the Suns team because of Anthony Davis on Charles Barkley?
I do. I feel like it's a really bad matchup, and it's gonna be Anthony Davis and LeBron being able to just.
Yeah, well, they're going to have lots of bodies to throw at Charles Barkley because Barkley was undersized for this era. I think he would fit great in the small ball era. You know what I mean? Like if we were bringing Charles forward,
he's very similar to Big Boy.
No, Zion. People say Zion is like a raw version of Charles Barkley.
Yeah, exactly.
Charles had a more developed game because he could
that's what I'm saying.
He had everything inside. You know what I mean? But what made him different was his ferocious rebounding.
He definitely averaged 30. In
think?
This year, I think because it's way more spaced out and everything for him. Like because remember he had to like bang with these big ass 7-footers.
Yeah. Like
his whole career, and then you're gonna just let him like go. Yeah, he would kill in the paint for sure.
So I think if we were bringing him forward, it would be slightly more to their advantage or to the Suns' advantage. But I think bringing them backwards and obviously the game slows down in the postseason. Lakers' pace is what? The 2020 Lakers' pace in the playoffs was what, Lindsay? We wrote that down.
Their pace in the playoffs was 97.3.
Yeah, so I got to it's definitely slower than it was in the regular season because I know it was like 100 during the regular season.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see what the Suns' playoff pace was. Get that. They were 99.8 in the regular season, which is pretty close to that Lakers squad.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, so their pace was significantly slowed down also. So considering they made the finals with that, I don't know. I think Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard in the paint clogging the lane for just any of these guys to come inside, I feel like they'll just be playing right into the Lakers' hands.
Yeah.
And
the Lakers being able to just like alternate that's and I think we mentioned it as we were doing the playoffs, like if we were to ever bring this Laker team back, like how it would be so fun because of how much of a hybrid team they are, where they could go in and out of small ball and big ball, like, and I feel like they could take advantage so much because like when Charles Barkley's in, they just have all the big bodies like playing, and then on offense or once Charles Barkley gets out of the game, you could just start your small ball line up and running people off the court.
Yeah, and you could play LeBron at the 4, and you could still even
because their small ball is still like big enough. Like LeBron's way bigger than Charles Barkley.
Yeah,
well, not heavy as heavy,
but they're. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. He's an imposing figure for Charles. Like it's not like.
Do you think that would make Charles Barkley get tired quicker, like trying to defend guys like Davis and LeBron?
So that's what I wonder about LeBron and more specifically Anthony Davis. And it's something that we touched on briefly when we were talking about 86 is physicality, right? Mm-hmm. If we're bringing them back, we're playing by their rules. So how is a guy like Anthony Davis and LeBron, because that's where maybe Charles Barkley can get a little bit of advantage, is if he's banging down low in the post, he might be able to wear out LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then also, and then like a guy like JaVale McGee, like I feel like Charles Barkley will baby him. I don't care how big and like JaVale McGee is. Like I feel like he's a guy that Charles Barkley could bully.
Yeah, and then talk shit to.
The
whole game. So I don't know who you got in how many games if we're doing a series.
Oh, I got my Lakers in 5.
5?
Yeah.
Wow, the disrespect.
What are we talking about out here? The 3-point shot gonna be way too much for them. Yeah, I promise you, because they chuck it at this point.
Well, hold on, let's see. I'm sure they're shooting more threes. The Lakers are, but I want to look at how many Phoenix, because I think they were playing. So this is in the playoffs. In the playoffs, they're shooting 36% as a team, but they're only taking 11.
Yeah, and we're making 11 as a team.
They're making 4.5.
No, I'm saying we're making 11.
Oh, you're making 11, yeah, for sure. So the 3-pointer is going to be tough for them. And if you can't beat the Lakers inside, if you don't have a strong inside presence, and then a strong outside presence, it's going to be really tough to beat this team.
There is a squad that in the West that I think would stand a better chance against the Lakers. And I think it's the Rockets.
All right.
Because they have the strong presence inside with Akeem, and Akeem is literally dog walking all of them.
Every human.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at this earlier because I was thinking about what you had told me when we were doing 86 about Akeem versus AD, and I gave it to AD pretty easily because I felt like Akeem was still young and Anthony Davis in the meat of his prime, and he was fully focused, inspired, playing great defense and great offense, etc. Yeah. But this guy, this Akeem Olajuwon, the guy who's about to repeat as champions for the next 2 seasons, who absolutely beat the piss out of Patrick Ewing and Shaq in the finals.
Yeah, yep.
Anthony Davis is putting up 20 points per game on 40% shooting. And I think Olajuwon's going to give me 20, 23, and 15 with 3 blocks or more. Yeah, he's averaging 25, 13, and 4.5 blocks a game in this season.
Yeah.
He's the defensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a machine. He's one of the most underrated players of all time.
Because he's
that personal matchup I'm giving.
Literally, it's in the cloud of the Jordan era.
Yeah,
where like Jordan just for a little bit, and then so that's why he gets forgotten about. Like, Jordan was such a freaking overwhelming figure.
But they're not taking as many threes, obviously, as the Lakers are always going to be the leader in that. In every one of these, who's going to shoot more threes games that we talk about.
Yeah,
but
because AD still has the potential to bring Hakeem outside and kind of leave that paint open still. Because no matter what, that's always going to play a factor in like a big man that can shoot.
Yeah,
and I think this series could definitely go like 7
for sure.
Yeah, like I could see this being a 7-game series.
But there's definitely a case to be made that Phoenix has more talent than this Rockets team. But the one thing the Rockets team can do is if Akeem gets doubled, if they choose to double Akeem, they're already designed to kick it to the outside. Are they super accurate right now? No, but they're better than anybody else in the league at it for the era.
And then the one thing about this Laker team, and it's so fun to be able to not be biased at all during this whole process. Like, if this was one of my Kobe teams, I'd be going crazy. But I could be very unbiased here, even though they're my Lakers. And
no bias at all, even with your background up there. Just no bias.
But this team was actually really bad against the 3-point shot. Well, not really bad, but that was their worst.
Bad for the era. Much like I was saying, this was good for the era. They are bad for the era for sure.
I don't know if like we'd be having a lot of people open during these. You know what I mean? Like, because we were bad against it, especially when you got a presence like Akeem. There's so many guys that are gonna help. Like,
if Akeem's on his shit and he's making all his post fades and whatnot, because this is the other thing, the Lakers are then going to be forced to shoot to make their threes. Because I think they're getting locked up on the inside. I really believe that. Hakeem Olajuwon is a horrifying human being. Yeah. And
you don't think they take advantage of the fact that he's going to have to be pulled out with Davis?
Well, I get if the game plan is you have to stretch. Davis has to make those shots though for him to get respected. You know what I mean?
But he can though. Like,
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't. But what I'm saying is, are we calling Anthony Davis like a spot up? Like, I trust if you were to like, we were talking about LeBron versus Kevin McHale, and I was like, okay, I could see what you mean about LeBron taking him outside and then either making the shot or driving by him.
Yeah,
but Akeem versus Anthony Davis is a little different because Akeem's not gonna. If Akeem probably, especially considering the era, if we're really gonna break it down, probably leaves him out there and lets him make a couple before he actually goes out there. because he knows he has to protect the inside.
So one thing that I noticed about these Lakers, when we were going through, like actually watching them in the playoffs, is they always like did way better if Anthony Davis got started quicker. So if you letting him do that,
for sure,
like this team is gonna make the team way more dangerous, I think.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing. If he makes the shots, that creates a whole new problem for the Rockets. But I just think, I don't know. I think it would be you from Akeem's perspective. I think he would have to look at it and go, I am not going out there until he starts making them. He's gonna have to. If he wants to come in here, I'll respect it.
Yeah,
but
definitely
if he does start making the shots, you'll be right.
And I'm not surprised on whoever wins. Like, I think this series could definitely be more of a 7-gamer than.
But this is
definitely more than Phoenix, just because of matchup, like the way the matchup.
But this is the other thing. And the reason why I think I personally would take Phoenix over the Rockets to beat, what do you call it? To beat the Lakers.
Okay.
I think I would take the Lakers in 7 versus Phoenix, because I never answered that. And then I think I would take this Rockets team. I don't know. I think they would go down in 6 probably, because this is the other thing that we haven't mentioned. And when you don't mention someone, they're usually going to explode. Who's guarding LeBron?
Yeah.
Robert Horry, Kenny could guard LeBron. Sounds fun.
The only thing I could think of is Akeem trying to
exactly, and kid be 2 places at once.
Yeah,
just can't. So I think the Rockets have unless they decide, fuck it, we're kicking it out, we're shooting all game. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if they think to do that in '93. You know.
And then are they gonna? Yeah, like they'll just be the Orlando Magic.
Exactly.
The 2011. I mean 2009.
2009. Yeah, mm-hmm. Exactly. This is the best version. This is like a great precursor for that Magic team.
Mm-hmm. There has to be some intermingled ties between that, because they're way too similar.
Do you have the whole style? Or Lindsay, who do you have? Who do you like in these series? Both series, Phoenix and Houston.
I don't know. I think I would probably have to go with the Lakers just beating both teams. But like, I don't want to say that because I really like Charles Barkley, but I just see him maybe not being able to keep up with everybody for some reason.
Okay. So you think Houston has a better shot than Phoenix, much like Dario?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I am not sure, because I just as much as I like Akeem, I think Phoenix's role players are better than Houston's. I just think they have more depth.
Maybe I was disrespectful with the Lakers in 5, but
yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I see them in 5, maybe 6, but I just think.
I think I'll take. I don't know. I thought I said Phoenix in 7. I meant Lakers in 7, and I'm gonna take Lakers in 6 versus the Rockets. So they're making the finals, in my opinion. No matter what they do, I see the LA Lakers from 2020 making the finals in '93. Yeah. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Agree.
That puts them up against the soul sucker known as Miguel Jordan. Yeah. Poppy Mike.
Before we even start, like, going into something like this, he had just came off of the Portland championship where they were comparing him and Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
And just completely annihilated them.
Yeah.
Imagine him going against LeBron. He's gonna be in pure assassin mode.
But this is the I'm really happy we picked this exact season, because I think if we were to pick a little bit later, there's different things to exploit than right now for both guys. LeBron, at this stage of his career, in my opinion, is mentally tough. By 2020, he has mental toughness, definitively. He's gone through hell and back. He's been, tortured by the media. He's in the same situation that Jordan was in '93. especially at the end of the season with his dad getting reported lost on my birthday, by the way. And he's his gambling stuff that was going through the press.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit. And I think that because I don't know how the Bulls guard Anthony Davis, I could see LeBron just. You think LeBron would just lock in on defense and commit to just guarding Jordan? Or do you think he would be put on Scottie? What do you think?
He wouldn't be. There's no way that LeBron would be able to guard Jordan for a whole game. And
I feel like that would be, unless I just see who the fuck's gonna guard AD? Horace Grant stands no chance, in my opinion.
So I don't know, man. Like Horace Grant was definitely looked at as like a softer player at that time too, right?
I mean, sort of. By 93, no. But like when they were losing to the Pistons, yes.
Yeah.
For sure. And the whole team was like kind of viewed the same way those Clippers were, the Lob City Clippers, about how they would just argue to the referees all the time. Very similar to that. Very similar to that.
Yeah.
But I have this game up in particular because we keep mentioning three-pointers. And I don't know if you're going to see a couple of times. He hit 6 threes in this game. And he went 6 for 9. And it's really about also pretty much every shot that he takes in this highlight are jump shots in general, which is crazy. But he makes all kinds of threes. Off the dribble, catch and shoot, like off screens.
Yeah.
Very 2020 is my point. So if in the situation where the Lakers did start shooting threes, I think MJ would take his mid-range shot and just move it out a little bit. And I think there's very few seasons I would be so confident to say that. This is definitely one of them. Because Michael Jordan was playing bored.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know, man. Like, because I just feel like Michael Jordan, especially like a guy like LeBron, knowing how, like.
Watch this.
I feel like he's going to kill him.
So nasty.
Or like want to kill him. Like, that's his whole thing. Like, I feel like he's going to just like elevate to like a whole nother realm going against a guy like LeBron. Especially like gold talk and everything would be in full effect. I would like the dramatics of it all.
You know who I think would do really well in that situation? Like more than anyone, I think would savor the opportunity? Rondo.
Oh,
Rondo would fucking love it. Rondo versus Jordan would be fucking lit. Would be so lit. Rondo.
All right, so what? Now we gotta talk about it. So, how do you think LeBron's gonna do against Scottie and Jordan?
Because what I said about Anthony Davis versus the Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen to LeBron in any other situation besides this exact situation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's definitely what would happen, but I could see like what happened against Dallas? What did he put up? 22 and the shot percentage was very poor. It was like 22 points a game. And
what he averaged?
Yeah.
Oh no, he averaged like 18.
Was it 18?
Yeah,
okay, I don't think it would be that low.
No,
I think he would probably get to 22, 8 and 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that Dallas wasn't that low. I'm like, bro, it was.
No. I'm just trying to speculate.
Yeah.
Because I think they'd obviously need him. LeBron, I'm saying they would need LeBron to get some kind of points. So I just think he would start shooting inefficiently if he needed to. But also, I don't know. If Anthony Davis can get to like 30 and 10, which I think would be very realistic against this team. Because Hakeem Olajuwon fucked them up when they played, even this year before. Hakeem Olajuwon gave them the fat dick. Anthony Davis is definitely going to be doing the same thing. Like
but those were 2 random games during the year. Like it wasn't like a series that they played.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is,
but
yeah,
my bad. I just think that if you have to rely on Anthony Davis to win this series, I'm not. This is his because remember he's not a champion yet. So this is
sure, but he's motivated, and he's got LeBron.
He's definitely motivated. He got LeBron, but he never had LeBron during every single one of those playoff those series. LeBron was dominating. It wasn't LeBron was doing shit. Like if you look at it, like he was wilding out and AD was wilding out at the same time. If LeBron's getting shut down, I don't know how much I'm just believing AD's gonna win. This is Jordan in his prime. Like remember this, LeBron James is a little older, so I don't think he's gonna be able to keep up with Jordan for a whole series. Like I think Jordan's getting the best of him.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it would go.
I definitely think Jordan's gonna. What? Give me an average. Give me averages for Jordan in a series.
In the series,
yeah,
36 and 6.
He put up 32 for the regular season, 32 points per game on 50% shooting, 49.5.
Yeah, and in the postseason he averaged 35.
Yeah,
and in this series in particular, he averaged 42, 42, I think.
So this is highlights from the 55.
Me giving him 30 is like, that's like a light 30. Like I feel like he's definitely getting 30 because the thing with LeBron is LeBron's gonna have to get tired no matter what. It's either he's gonna try to play defense or he's gonna try to do everything on offense. But on offense, you're gonna have two people hounding you, and then you're gonna have to work up your defense, and you're gonna have to guard either Scottie or Jordan, and they're gonna need you to guard Jordan.
I'm not saying Rondo would like cuff Jordan in any way, shape, or form, but that matchup is just really interesting because Jordan's obviously faced a lot of those guys in his career.
Yeah,
shorter defenders, but Rondo's got those weird long arms that are deceiving.
Yeah,
he's tough as fuck. At this point, he's a on the court coach.
Yeah, but all right. So the one thing, because I feel like this is a perfect time to bring up my idol. So Kobe Bryant, who I would dog Rondo. So I'm just thinking the same exact shit. So that's just, maybe that's like I feel like it's you know what I mean. Like,
but you got him averaging 30, like 30 on 50%, like easy money 30.
What did he average for the playoffs? 33.
Something like that.
Yeah, 33, 6-6, something like that. He's doing that same shit. Yeah. That's what he's doing for the
50% shooting, etc.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bulls in 7. But if you told me the Lakers would win in 7, because I genuinely believe Anthony Davis could get 30 plus per game and over 10 rebounds. No one's getting rebounds for the Bulls here. Like, where are they? So Bulls they're 12th in the playoffs with only 40 rebounds a game. Lakers were
average less rebounds than LeBron.
I can see LeBron was an absolute savage. LeBron, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're not really losing that much on LeBron. LeBron was going hard.
Yeah, but he was
he's smarter.
Not averaging 27, especially not on 56% shooting. He's not doing that. Not in this series because like.
Well, hold on. Like, I could see him putting up. This is why I said 22. I'm going to say more than 5 rebounds because there's not a lot of size. There's not a lot of size on Chicago. So I'll say 22, 8 or 9, and then like 5 or 6. I'm still sticking with that. And the percentage, he'll probably shoot under 50 because he's got a good deal with Michael and Scottie. Yeah. If he had to deal with one of them, I think he maintains that 50%.
I agree. I don't think Jordan's locking them up. I just think
those rebounds.
I think it's more so having Scottie be able to guard LeBron for the whole series, and he's gonna be all right against LeBron, and then being able to just alternate with Jordan because Jordan, his energy was insane at this point, and it's just LeBron's older. Like I feel, and I don't know. If I'm like saying this is equivalent to 2018 LeBron, maybe that'll be like. He'd have more of a chance to.
Well, I don't think that's. See, I think you're overvaluing him being fatigued. I really don't think LeBron's a superhuman. Like that, you can't.
But he's like 30. What is he? 36.
Yeah, but I mean, he was still capable of doing everything. It's just, there's no getting around that. It wasn't like he was deteriorated. And I think the fact that he was mentally tough helps a lot more. Like, I don't know if Miami, LeBron, has such an easy time with this Jordan. I think because of LeBron's
this
obvious
LeBron
mental
is
toughness.
definitely readier for, much more ready for this. Like, maybe not physically, but mentally, he's much more ready for this like battle.
But I think even from a skill standpoint too, he's a way better passer now. He's can post up, right? So he can use his body weight. He's more efficient with the moves that he makes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And do I think again? I think because Michael and Scotty are so elite at that perimeter defense, it'll be a lot for LeBron.
Yeah.
But
because I've seen LeBron control pace of games and everything, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to control pace of game against
with MJ.
Yeah, well, and the Bulls in general. Like, you got Phil and then you also got the coach. So you got the Phil Jackson versus Frank Vogel. Like, who's gonna outcoach who? Like,
well, a lot of people.
We probably should have mentioned those things for Boston and the Lakers too, because they had some historic.
True, but with the triangle specifically, if you're Frank Vogel, you probably is zone illegal. Zone's still illegal at this point.
Yeah, there's illegal defense.
Yeah, so that makes the triangle a lot harder to stop. Yeah. Because zone does really well against.
Yo, not gonna lie, shout out to Will Chamberlain, because he said this back in like '98. He was like, they changed the game so Jordan could be great. It's like they had to change the game so I won't be great.
Yeah, dude. I gotta get that fucking footage we got from Will Chamberlain, the legacy breakdown. But
that's crazy though. Like, I didn't even think about that. Like, that helps the Bulls so much. And maybe it's not purposely helping the Bulls, but like having the illegal defense just makes it so much more difficult to stop the triangle.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I'm taking the Bulls. Like I said, I'm taking the Bulls in 7. What are you doing?
I like to take them in 7 but then you get elite Jordan and elite LeBron, because LeBron's crazy in Game 7s.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like Jordan's never seen one in a finals.
Yeah, and the Lakers 3, like, whether Jordan will be able to shoot like great, like deep 3-point shots during the series, I don't really know, but for sure the Lakers are going to give you year 11. But the Bulls defense though, like, I feel like the Bulls defense could stop their threes easily.
But that's, who cares if you have AD down? This is what I think give me what do you think AD is going to average? I said 30 and 10 or more. What do you think?
I don't see him. He didn't average 30 in any of his playoff series.
That's not true. He averaged 31 against the Nuggets.
The Nuggets? Oh, okay. So you think he can
hit a game winner? Yeah,
you think he's gonna average 31 against the Chicago Bulls?
Who's gonna guard him? Pippen's not guarding him.
I don't know, man.
Pippen's not guarding him. You have Horace Grant and whoever their bum ass center is. Like,
but even against Houston, he didn't, like, what did he do against Houston?
Who?
AD. I know that series, like, LeBron was wilding. I remember that, but I don't know exactly what AD was doing. And Houston was small ball to the max. That's what I'm saying. Like, you
25.4 against Houston.
Like,
rebounds.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, Russell. I really do think that you're just plugging. If you plug the controller in AD and him do what you want him to do, sure. But like, Houston, he should have destroyed them in the post. And why you only averaging 25? Like, against this Bulls team, you're not averaging 30. Like,
he averaged 25 and 12.
Okay, if he does that and LeBron's averaging 22 on 40-something% shooting, they losing.
I think he's getting to 30 in this series. And he shot 60%.
Exactly. Like,
he's doing the exact same shit to the Bulls, 100%. The Bulls have no one that can guard him.
He's giving you 25 and 12?
At least 25.
He's gonna need at least 30.
I think he's getting you 30. I really believe that.
You plug in a controller in his ass and tell him to do it. Like, maybe against Denver, he was just like,
This is the same guy who was like, "Oh, but you keep Olajuwon out. He'll pull him outside." Yeah, I guess.
Much here, like that's what I'm saying. In every single scenario, LeBron James had could have won. Like in the against the Lakers, like you never had someone who could stop LeBron. Like, so that's why that team is strictly 100%. If LeBron James is killing it, they're winning. It's better when AD's killing it, like if you let him get a jump start and stuff. But if that's all you have to worry about is Anthony Davis and you never get the LeBron side, it's over.
Yeah, but I think
LeBron averaging 22 on 47%, that's not going to work. That would not win.
How undersized is this Bulls team? Like, how big is AD, and like what's the average size of like the centers and the forwards on this Bulls team?
So in all, I'm looking up rounds. 29.8 is basically 30. So
okay, that was against a small team too, which is
the Trailblazers. But my point is, he's fully capable. He still spent 7 years in New Orleans where he had to be the guy putting up mad buckets in these kind of situations. Like,
he lost.
Right, but his team is not the Lakers. What are you talking about?
Sorry, but you lost. Like, if you the person,
that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant to the argument because this is a hypothetical conversation.
Exactly.
Just be like, he lost on the Pelicans, so he's losing to Michael Jordan in a 7-game series. That doesn't really make sense. No. Michael Jordan's 6-0, so he'll never lose.
No.
Like, it doesn't work out like that.
All I'm saying,
Michael Jordan never went against a big like that in the NBA Finals. Charles Barkley is not Anthony Davis.
Yeah, no,
either is Sean Kemp.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is we have a direct example of a team that would be closer to the Bulls and Houston being small ball lineup. Like, Bulls,
but they don't play like the Bulls. That's bullshit. They don't play like the Bulls. That's complete.
Exactly. No. All I'm trying to say is
defense. They don't care.
Completely different.
And
I know. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Russ. Is the Houston played worse defense, significantly worse, because of the way that they played defense and having so many small guys. And AD still didn't dominate them really. Like, he did well, sure, but it was the LeBron show when I was watching it. LeBron was killing Houston. He was owning James Harden and Russell Westbrook's nut sacks. Yeah, I saw it. We saw this. So AD looks good giving you 25 and 60 on 60% shooting.
Yeah.
But then when you have LeBron James not ripping off the team's nut sacks, what is AD gonna do? I don't know. I really don't think he's gonna win them the series. Like, he would have to go crazy in order to. I'm not saying that they can't go deep in the series, but I'm just saying I just can't see them winning just off of AD.
I understand your point. And I think
LeBron against the Rockets had 25.8, and AD had 25.4.
How many blocks and steals? Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, I just had it up.
No, I know. He had like a bunch of other stats and stuff, but I'm just saying in terms of like offensive output and points, they were almost even in points.
And Anthony Davis played more minutes again, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the type. There's no way if we actually watch that series, there's no way we thinking this.
I'm just saying, to say that Anthony Davis is completely incapable of taking over a game is kind of crazy.
No,
like, that's crazy.
I'm thinking him taking
that to me is kind of crazy. Like, I think that's crazy.
He's never done it in his career.
If they didn't have him in the Western Conference Finals against the Nuggets, they're losing that Western Conference Finals. 100%.
It's not 100% because of AD. Like, when you have,
I disagree. I think it is 100% because of AD. I do.
Okay.
He hit the game winner in Game 4. He carried them, and he had to guard Jokic a lot of the time, who's a fucking handful.
When we watched that closeout game, Russell, what did we think?
I don't fucking remember. That was a while ago.
Bro, we were literally
when we watched one game in particular. Yeah, I know. Look, that's the reason why I was comfortable bringing this team into the past during LeBron's fucking thing, is because I know LeBron is good. But I can't think that when he's got Scottie and Michael fucking his ass. So
that's what I'm saying.
Got to look at the other. You can't just look at that one thing and go, it's over. You got to look at the other things around, because the Bulls didn't always win in those situations with those guys with size. That's why the Knicks gave them fits.
Ready
right?
for the Bulls sizing?
Yeah, go for it.
So, height in descending order. You got Bill Cartwright, 7'1", Will Perdue, 7 foot, Stacey King, 6'11", Horace Grant, 6'10", Scott Williams, 6'10", Joe Courtney, 6'8", Scottie Pippen, 6'8". I mean, it really, and then it just goes down from there.
Not one of those guys could hold Anthony Davis's shoes. Not one of them, or his jockstrap. None of them. That is a torching of epic proportions.
So who do you think has more of an advantage in this series, Anthony Davis or Michael Jordan?
Anthony Davis versus all those guys, I would take over Jordan. Well, who's gonna? You haven't really answered my question. So we're gonna say Jordan's guarding Scottie Pippen. That's what we're saying.
No, Jordan would not.
Or not? I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
No,
I meant have fucking LeBron is guarding Scottie Pippen. That's what we're saying.
That's what I'd assume. Because if he's guarding Jordan, he's gonna be tired as fuck. Like, there's no way. Because especially Jordan at that point. So Jordan is.
Jordan's getting 35. Sure.
Yeah. Even I'm not even gonna lie. If LeBron James ain't in his face throughout a lot of this series, Jordan might put up, what did he average against the Phoenix Suns? Whatever that is.
Amount of points. But he also had the luxury of, and this is something that I want to talk about when we inevitably get there, to Michael Jordan and his career. But like, he's in an era where, let's see, he puts up 41 of the points, right? 41 out of 106, which is like half.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're the Lakers and you're Frank Vogel, who's a decent defensive coach, like, that's definitely fair. Lakers were the best defensive team in 2020, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
I think you look at it and go, we're making everyone else beat us. And that's it. We're throwing 4 guys at MJ. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if you can do that exactly. But, I mean, Scottie's shooting 21 points. Or Scottie's shooting 44% to get you 21 points. Like, if Jordan's not scoring 41, they're in trouble. Michael Jordan has to score 41 a game in this situation. And I think the depth of the Lakers is a huge advantage. Huge. Because there's just guys that, if they have a decent night shooting threes, that's 20 points. Like,
so you got the Bulls in 7.
Yes, but if someone were to come to me and be like, nah, fuck you, Lakers in 7, I'd be like, I could see that happening. I could see a universe where that happens. But it's a grinded out type thing. It's not flying up and down the court. The pace is in the 80s, for sure.
Honestly, all right. So let me to be less of a Jordan tard. I'm gonna go and bring up Jordan versus Magic in '91.
Sure.
When Jordan had to guard Magic, he had a rough night.
Yeah.
That was the only loss that he had. And then they said, all right, I'm gonna stick the big dog on you. And they put Scottie Pippen, right? Yeah. The only thing though is Scottie was at least a little longer than Magic, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not gonna be as, like, cause he's, I don't know. I feel like LeBron could do decent against Scottie. Scottie was a hound on defense.
That's the thing I don't know. I'm not afraid to say that. But the only other thing I will say about Scottie, who's mentally tougher, Scottie or LeBron? I don't think this is a hard question.
2020 LeBron.
I think LeBron's twice as tough. This is the same guy. Okay. This is the same guy who got to Game 7 and couldn't even fucking show up.
Close, like a lot of LeBron's career, like, he was like just as mentally tough as Scottie to me. But
I don't know, dude. Every time Scottie was needed, it seemed like he wet the bed. I also just watched a documentary that was co-produced by Michael Jordan. But Scottie shows up Game 7 against the Pistons, migraine, can't play. Fucking 98, they need him against the Jazz, my back is destroyed.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's
I just never. It seemed he seemed like he showed up very rarely when it was like he was a decoy through most of these situations. So I don't know.
Yo, 21-9 and 8 is pretty dope. You killing them for no reason. 21-9 and 8 is dope.
With 2 steals and a block.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like
he's not. That guy is not an elite shooter. He's not somebody that was stepping outside and shooting. He was a paint presence more often than not. You know what I mean? Like, where is my guy?
I don't know.
Scottie Pippen, all of 6 from 3 on the whole finals in 6 games. Not a shooter.
Mid-range game was much better though.
Not Michael Jordan's mid-range game.
Of course not.
But not like he wasn't an all-star mid-range shooter.
Like LeBron would be able to guard him. But I think Scottie Pippen could put the same stat line on LeBron.
I don't think so. Because I also think B.J. Armstrong is not going to put up, like, I just think the role players around the Lakers are better. Like, if you're going to tell me Rondo's guarding B.J. Armstrong, I'll take Rondo.
Yo, time out. Yo, you got the Lakers then. Yo, my man. You sound like you defending the Lakers here. Like,
I just am surprised. I'm surprised, like, you're so positive that Jordan will just mentally assassinate your Laker team. I'm just so surprised.
I'm not saying he would mentally assassinate them. What I'm saying, I literally never mentioned mental toughness once. I'm just saying, I don't think if ADs are primary reason for winning, I don't trust it.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
And I never did.
Garbage.
Well, huh? No, I'm not saying
not whack at all.
I know he's not whack, but he's still not like. I'm not trusting it. Like I feel like he needed LeBron throughout a lot of those series. Like,
what did Barkley do against this Bulls team, who's undersized, right? And in his peak, 27, 13, and 5, right? I think AD's getting 30. I just think that's definitely happening. I can't imagine a universe where that doesn't happen. And who else is getting rebounds on this?
Well, look at Barkley's 3-point percentage too. He did that on 25%.
But how many did he take? How many did he take? He only took 8. Relax.
No, I know, but that's my point. Like, AD will be shooting more threes, so he probably would have like more points.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and him pulling out the bigs
opens up the paint. But I still think from a perimeter defense perspective, Jordan and Pippen got that unlocked.
Yeah.
So, I'm defending the Lakers because I think I just think the matchups are really interesting.
But I really do think LeBron could take advantage of Jordan him defending him. I just think that once you throw in Pippen and you rotate them and like you got both of them on you, that's the part that makes it really tough. Because I'm just trying to think of
Tony Kukoc.
I'm just trying to think of like how is LeBron gonna be a factor in this? Because he has to be a factor in order for them to win. I cannot see Anthony Davis averaging. He's not averaging 35 for sure. 30 is his maximum. Like in my mind of what he's gonna be doing.
Yeah,
I just see Jordan easily match that.
Let me see some of the other guys from the playoffs on this team. I just want to see because
Rondo's going to be a huge factor for sure.
For sure. But it's usually not from a scoring perspective.
He's going to be choking. He's not going to be able to make a shot. No way, nah, yo. We're going to be fucked.
We're going to be fucked. We're going to lose by a lot. Fuck these guys.
Because our guards are not going to be doing nowhere near as good as they. Like, they weren't even doing that great when we were playing. But
this is the regular season. Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably going to be worse in the playoffs.
I love your enthusiasm for your team.
I just think against certain teams, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm downplaying my team right now. But.
I think so. That's why I find myself defending them, because I just think you're downplaying Anthony Davis and how nice he is and how freakish he'll be in fucking 1993. How insanely fucking no one will know what to do with him because no one's ever seen anything like that. Yeah. So, 4 guys in double figures. KCP. But this is what I'm saying. KCP is not a real guy. Like, I'm not saying KCP's going to do damage, but But hear me out. If KCP hits 4 or 5 threes in a game, that's 15 points. Like, points are easier to come by when you're shooting threes a little more. And I think that's why I'm saying 7 games. Otherwise, I think I would take the Bulls a little earlier.
Yeah,
I really do.
I got them in 6, personally.
Wow. What do you think, Glenn?
I think you guys tried to say a finals decision like 50 times and you finally made one. I kind of almost want to say the Lakers, but I don't want to say it. In 7.
Like, I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't trust AD enough.
That's interesting. That's interesting to me. And that's probably going to be a factor as we keep moving on through the time machine.
It is.